19 after 6 o'clock on this Monday morning. Hello, Monday. Hello, world. Welcome back, Sunrisers. It's now time for the headlines with our girl, T to the K. Good morning, TK.
Dennis excited about the Monday morning, man.
You gotta be.
I don't know anybody who enjoys Mondays more than Dennis Brooks.
The person doesn't exist. If there is one person left on the planet who loves a Monday, it's gonna be Dennis.
It's Dennis, boy. Well, happy Monday, Dennis.
After the apocalypse and the zombie apocalypse, and we're like, well, today's Monday. Today's Monday, and I still have my brains.
Wow, wow. We went there.
Yeah.
Let's go to the headlines then, shall we? Let's do that. Let's do that. Some not so good news to start off the Monday morning. Old Harbor shootings happening. The Jamaica Constabulary Force reported that 2 men were fatally shot during a confrontation with the police on Terminal Road, Old Harbor, St. Catherine, at about 1:40 p.m. last Saturday. 2 firearms were seized during the incident. Both of the deceased men were residents of the Terminal Road, Old Harbor area. The killings sparked a protest by the residents who blocked sections of the roadway and lit fire to debris. While the circumstances surrounding the incident remain unclear, the matter has been reported to the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDICOM, who are in the process of conducting their investigations. So that took place over the weekend.
Interesting. What were the residents protesting?
So there seems to be some discrepancies in the accounts of what happened in terms of what the residents are saying happening versus what the police are saying happened. So that henceforth the protest.
So the residents are saying that it was that
unjustified.
It was an unjust shooting. Right. Right. That's according to the residents. According to the residents. But of course, INDICOM is, they were on site. They actually, went and took some necessary, evidence
they have their
stuff like
part. And of course, iProbe, which investigates these incidents internally as well. So it's not just INDICOM, but INDICOM will lead on the investigation. And so we await the findings of their investigation.
And I know that in these cases, there are discussions of, members of the force wearing body cams and things like that to kind of ensure that there's more clarity surrounding incidents so that footage can be checked more immediately and things like that. So this is, I guess, another circumstance that kind of raises the issue of, maybe there is some need for that, and maybe we can get it
and
quickly.
Body cams are being rolled out across the constabulary. It's just that, I mean, you ask yourself, if you have 14,000 members of the constabulary, you have different formations, you have different divisions, where do you need body cams the most? You need body cams the most in situations where the police are engaging people the most. Right. And where is that? That is largely in public traffic and public management, public order management, and so you'll see a lot of members with the body cams in high populated spaces, but you'll also gradually see more and more of them in, for instance, in operational activities, and I do welcome and I hope to see far more of it on operational activities.
Yeah, but, definitely.
But you only have a couple hundred at this point, as opposed to needing thousands and thousands.
And I can imagine the expense associated with that. I'm sure they're extremely expensive. I'm sure of that.
If you can buy 200, that is a huge expenditure. And 200 just is a drop in the bucket in terms of what you need. So imagine, like, it would take quite a bit to give to
everybody, to the entire
And we can get there, but it's something that will take time.
It will take time.
It will take time. But so that's moving to the next headline, water hopes for Marymount. So in a response to last Friday's March 22nd being celebrated as World Water Day, did you guys know that? It was World Water Day. Look at you on top of it. Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Matthew Samudo, journeyed to Marymount High School in St. Mary, where he addressed students from various institutions about the importance of water and its conservation. And while reminding citizens to conserve water, he says the island of wood and water is not not limited regarding supply, but instead falls short in its capacity to gather the necessity. He stated that the government has assessed that some $200 million will be required to benefit communities island-wide with flowing water. And regarding Marymount High, the completion of a 20,000-gallon rainwater harvesting system is also expected by May of this year.
Nice, nice. Well, water is life. For the record, Matthew Samuda is a minister in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. He's not the minister.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, he has responsibility for like water and environment stuff.
And you know what? He is genuinely passionate about that.
Yeah.
It's not just because he's been placed in that area. It's something he truly is passionate about. So I think he will do a lot of work in that area.
Yeah.
And I read a report that he put out the other day. And it made me realize that we have a lot of wastage is a big part of our issue. So with leaks, with even the level of silt in our catchment facilities, we have the issue there. But obviously, we still have a lot to do in terms of getting water into very specific areas because terrain does pose a problem for many of them. But I'm very excited to see what will happen within that ministry under his guidance because it's something he genuinely is passionate about.
You remember that? Did you see that video that time with him as a kid leading an environmental protest? Morning, Minister.
You know, when things just make sense, those are his appointment is one of the things that just makes sense. You know, he's going to do the absolute best he can do. So I'm excited for what is to come with our advancements in those areas.
And he came in one morning.
Yes, he came in one morning on the headlines.
Several things in terms
and to note, real quick, he mentioned something in his speech at the event, and he said, you know, a lot of Jamaicans think, listen, there's a whole heap of rain. Why is there any water lock-off? If I have rain, that means we should have water. And it's just to remind Jamaicans that there's a whole process involved after the rainfall for it to be potable and for you to be able to use the water.
Right.
So, you know, he reminded Jamaicans, just because you see a whole heap of rain, don't mean that there's water now for your use.
Because a lot of that goes straight to the gullies and out to the ocean.
So it has to go through a process. But so that's it. That's what I have for you this morning.
Thank you very much.
You're
All right.
Well, Easter break is coming up, but Money Masterclass is in full swing, and we'll have some students sitting in for a critical financial lesson. More Sunrise after the break.
All right.
Stay with us.